my precious! Imagine somebody lusting most of her entire life for her beloved precious, and being denied it several times, just so close and yet so far, and finally, her precious is within reach, and all she has to do is brush aside a clueless, cackling idiot, and her precious will be practically hers. Of course, I'm talking about the big Cankles versus Cackles, Hillary Clinton versus Kamala Harris. I mean, does anybody think that coming so close to it, finally, and all that stands in her way is Kamala Harris? Do you think she's not going to just simply brush her aside in the next few weeks? So here we are. This is today is Wednesday, July 24th. Democrat convention is in 3 weeks. So this week is Kamala glorification day week in the I call it the Mockingbird Media, controlled by the deep state. But starting next week, we're going to start seeing some big cracks develop. But first, let's take a look at an example of this week's Kamala Harris glorification. Shock poll. Harris leads Trump. Oh my. Dem excitement soars. Oh, this is so good for her. This is so good for her. Kamala's first rally. Oh, she had a rally. She had a rally. Did you hear that, folks? She had a rally. And we are not going back. Oh, she's got it in the bag. Kamala, you might as well stake out your Oval Office suite there. And look, a Drudge Report. If it said it in the Drudge Report, it must be true. It must be true if it's in the Drudge Report. So that was a Drudge Report in the midst of this week's hype for Kamala Harris. So it'll be this week. Now, I don't know what the deal is with exactly the details with the Drudge Report. Speculation as to whether Matt Drudge sold out, or is he being blackmailed, or what. All I know is about 5 years ago, he did his website Drudge Report did a complete U-turn, and basically now you can just consider it part of the Mockingbird Media network, controlled by the usual suspects, CIA, FBI, deep state in general. So let's take a look. Now, here's the interesting thing. Even though there's a lot of hype in other parts of the Mockingbird Media, if you look carefully, they're sort of subtly undermining Kamala Harris. So let's take a look at another member of the Mockingbird Media, Politico, and watch how they subtly are undermining Kamala already, but with praise. But underneath it, you can see they're undermining her. Kamala Harris, Gen Z meme queen. Oh my! She's not just a candidate. She's a meme queen. This is unbelievable, folks. So let's see what the meme is here. Let's see let's watch it now.
Everything is in context. My mother she would give us a hard time sometimes, and she would say to us, "I don't know what's wrong with you young people. You think you just fell out of a coconut tree? You exist in the context of all in which you live and what came before you."
All right, so now let's look at the actual reactions to that video on X, which will forever be still known as Twitter. So let's just call it Twitter. So here we go. That's the coconut tree thing. Here we go. Here's the first one I see. Yeesh, that cringe laugh. Wow, it feels like I just fell out of a coconut tree yesterday. Oh, here's a good one. Picture. So, in case you don't notice, knee pads here on Kamala or Kamala. Oh yeah, that's hate speech. If you mispronounce her name, it's hate speech. Nobody laughed but her. Wow. So there you have it. Mockingbird Media Politico is it's basically they're not so subtly undermining Kamala Harris with that ridiculous meme queen thing, and a meme makes her look like a cackling idiot. I mean, as you saw, people commenting on it on Twitter, or what they call X now, whatever. They're mocking it. So why they use that as an example, I don't know. Well, I do know, because basically this is it. This is faint praise this week, or apparent praise this week, which is already undermining her. Next week is going to be the big week. Next week, because we got 3 weeks until the Democrat convention. So next week will be 2 weeks before the convention. 2 weeks. Watch what happens when they start not being subtle anymore. You know, like, poor Kamala, she's just not making it, whatever. And we're going to see that. And by the way, for the best information on all this, don't trust the Mockingbird Media. Look to truly independent journalists. You know, you can call it deplorable media, alternate media, but media that's not controlled by the deep state, not the Mockingbird Media, just independent journalists. And so I'm going to show you 3 examples of really, really good analysis of what's happening between Hillary Clinton and Kamala Harris. And we're going to start with Alex Jones, and then Zach DeGregorio from Wolves in Finance, and finally H.A. Goodman. So let's take a look at truly independent journalists.
Now they're talking about Kamala, saying they all endorse her, but terrible meetings with the donors, and she's doing a terrible job. So they're acting like their hands are clean, while they have their hatchet men and women and surrogates take her out. So they will move to put Hillary Clinton in. We started seeing a major PR push 3 days ago, once they knew Biden was going to step down, that she should be the person, that she has the answers, that she won the popular vote, that she's the one. Now, that doesn't mean they'll get her in there, but I'm telling you, it's not an opinion, it's a fact. Hundreds of articles, starting with The Hill, saying she should be the nominee. And it's not a real nominee, it's totally dictatorial, just like they stole the election in 2020 and then rigged the primaries with no debates or competition. It's just a continuation of the deep state donors putting in who they want. And Hillary has huge power, and her people are all inside the government. Now, it may still be Kamala, it might be Gavin, might be Whitmer, might still be Kamala. But Hillary is the one they're going to try to insert. I don't think Big Mike is going to be drafted. I just don't think that he has what it takes.
Until the Democrat convention on August 19th, the Democrat candidate has not been decided. That's more than a month away. That gives Hillary Clinton enough time to solidify the superdelegate votes. This could happen. The rules allow for Hillary Clinton to declare herself the winner, even though she never campaigned. So the real question is, who are these superdelegates who are going to decide the Democrat nominee? Well, it turns out they are all Hillary Clinton's friends. It is 700 plus Democrat senators, representatives, governors, and party insiders who have been friends with the Clintons for decades. The reason I keep talking about this is because no one realizes what's going on. All Hillary Clinton has to do is call up her friends and ask them to endorse her for president. That's it. Joe Biden doesn't even have to step down. Going into the Democrat convention, if some of the superdelegates are not going to support Joe Biden, it becomes an open convention. That means the superdelegates vote on the floor of the convention on who they're going to choose as the nominee. If the superdelegates vote for Hillary Clinton, she becomes the Democrat nominee for president, whether Joe Biden wants it or not. The CIA and the intelligence community have a huge interest in the outcome of this election. They're scared to death of Donald Trump winning because he'll likely reduce the scope of their power. So if the CIA wanted to support someone to beat Trump, they would want someone they have a close relationship with, like the Clintons. The Clintons have had close ties to the intelligence community for a long time. The final reason that Hillary Clinton will replace Joe Biden is because Hillary is sneaky. I know that a lot of people think there's no way that Hillary's trying to steal the presidency. That would just be too devious. They cannot fathom that someone would try to appoint themselves to a position that they never even campaigned for. My response to that would be, of course this is something that Hillary Clinton would do.
And so what'll take place is slowly but surely Harris will lose momentum. She doesn't even have momentum now. Then the articles say we need Clinton, because they're going to undermine Harris's candidacy just like they undermined Biden's. It only took a month, and Biden was more popular than Harris. So it'll only take a week and a half. Then they say there's already articles saying we need Hillary. There was one the other day. Then the delegates go to Clinton in an open contest.
Of course, both Cackles and Cankles have one big problem, and that's Donald Trump, because he's going to win it. I mean, and that's why, by the way, on July 13th, the deep state tried to take him out. There, I said it. I mean, come on. Does anybody not think that there's something very nefarious? It's actually disgraceful. I mean, that the Secret Service is turned into what happened with the Praetorian Guard, the Praetorian Guard in Rome. Remember them? And they were taking out emperors they didn't like. I hate to see this happen, but hopefully that situation will be rectified. However, I did start this video with the Golem, so we're going to exit with the Golem, making a apt comment about the character of both Cackles and Cankles.
You don't have any friends. Nobody likes you.